first barriers to make progress in this is it's difficult to admit you're homeless. While it's easy to say I'm something that I was born as, whether it be something gender related or race or whatever, homelessness is sort of a category that holds with it an accountability factor. Like, I must have screwed up somewhere along the line. Maybe I became an addict. Maybe I lost my job. Maybe I'm just not dependable. Maybe I'm a criminal. Maybe I have a mental illness. But probably somewhere, like maybe. But more often than not, it's something that was just beyond my control. You know, maybe I had a job with GM for 20 years and they shut down the plant.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe a robot's doing my job now, or maybe I just didn't get along with the new boss, or something. It wasn't necessarily my fault, but the first instinct when people find out I'm homeless is they assume whatever got me here must have been my fault because it hadn't happened to them. And so it's the accountability issue that's really the tough sell. But I know that if we approach this differently, because we're throwing so much money at homelessness right now, it's insane the amount of money that gets thrown. My research has shown that most of the money that gets spent goes to, when they say they spent X million dollars on homelessness last year, well, it doesn't go to the homeless person. It goes, or necessarily to the worthwhile charities that help the homeless people. Most of the money goes to the police force and the overtime that they have to put in with the situations and helping with the encampment cleanouts. And the other money goes to the overtime in Caltrans, in BART, in cleaning up after homeless encampments and doing these sweeps that they do and things like that. That's where a majority of the money is spent in the official process of dealing with homelessness and not in helping homelessness. Mm-hmm. So I think if we approach it in a more empowering way and offer options like the Dick Hildenbrand Foundation and the opportunity to maybe be a nomadic dweller as opposed to forcing people to handle an apartment, not everybody can. I've met a lot of people, responsibilities nowadays that come with having an apartment that weren't there 20 years ago. So I think if we approach it in a more with a more incorporation factor as opposed to an eradication factor, it'll be cheaper in the long run, I think. I don't know what the future looks like for homelessness. I've read a lot of plans for cities, what their vision is for 2050. Very few cities will admit that there will be homelessness in 2050. Most cities tend to think that they're going to have it solved by then, Berkeley among them in their latest plan. Oakland has made provisions. But I have no idea what the future, I kind of have an idea, but the only thing I do know is that I need help. I need other educated, formerly homeless people from all walks of life to offer their 2 cents, just like I have. And together, and working together in conjunction with the wonderful people that work in social services, as well as the government people elected to make such decisions, only then we're going to find solutions to this. Oakland is, this is all about Oakland, and I haven't mentioned about Oakland. I want to say about Oakland is very interesting. It's unmatched in its tolerance of homelessness in some areas, and then of course its concentration. It's perhaps only matched by Hawaii, which is a very unique situation also. But it's unsustainable. Oakland presently is a powder keg. We already have instances where homeless people are dying at greater rates than we're told. They're being murdered. That's why I need help. I wish they would employ other formerly homeless people to come up with solutions. And I also task the entire intellectual community. It's something I'd like to say about Cal. I thought Cal would have some answers for me, but it turns out I have more answers for Cal.
You're at the club. Some bad cat from LA lets loose with rapid fire skins and snares. The neat punctuation cracks the cymbals, bringing it all to a head. Over and above the rhythms and the melodies and that fire god sax man until nothing more can be said without him. Hey, whale, man! Yeah, whale!